Yo, wagwan. Tish your boy, Jeton, Legendary, and welcome to another Cyberpunk photography session. We have the Chocolate Ladies, part 3, okay? We got Miss Dark Chocolate Victoria in the building. We got Miss Caramel Talia in the building. We got Red Spice in the building. Damu, Jelani in the building. With that being said, I'm gonna need you to do a couple of things for your boy. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, show it to people, join the Legendary Clan Sports channel, become legendary. I do all things photography, virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. With that being said, make sure you check out Instagram. That's where I post most of these photos. Check out Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, which one of the sets in this video will be there. Never too much though. Don't go over there expecting madness. Check out the gaming channel for the behind the scenes. Check out the music channel for all the music you hear in the background of these videos. That being said, let's go. Alrighty, my good peoples. Look at that thing. We're starting off with Damu here, since I was already logged into her. Check the fit. If that don't say West Coast, I don't know what do. Okay, so you probably might notice something a little different with this character. Okay, her eyes are blue now. And the reason because is her eyes were always supposed to be blue. And in everything I've ever created this character in, including before I even made her in a game, when she was an actual little story character that I made back in like 2017, okay, this character was always a partial albino black woman with blue eyes. When I started creating her in games, GTA and Soul Calibur were first, she had blue eyes. Only in this game did I accidentally give her gray eyes. So it looks a little weird, but at the same time, it doesn't look that weird. So it looks odd because for the longest she has had gray eyes, but at the same time it doesn't look that odd because she's supposed to have blue. And she's always had blue in everything I've ever created her in except Cyberpunk because I messed up. Okay. Gonna be starting off with Damu here. Okay, put them colors down real quick. Now, the car ain't gonna really be the main factor here, but it's gonna be there just to look special, as it usually does, because it is a Plymouth Fury, an absolutely stunning car on its own. Okay, pull that way down. Oh, 75. Now we got some serious themes we're doing here for these characters, man. Some serious setups. For this character, okay, the fit is immaculate, man. It's just immaculate, dude. Hold on, until I get the lighting down so you can really see it. I'm gonna say about 88 looks good. Look at the fit, man. The paisley. Finally, someone made some proper baggy jeans for female V. I never thought I would see it. Let me back this up a little bit. We get a little bit more light in the background. Gotta be able to see the car a little better. Somebody finally made some proper baggy jeans for female V. God dog, the leg is crazy. Okay, I mean, look at the fucking pants, man. You can't tell me them pants ain't clean. I've been waiting for someone, anyone, to make some proper baggy jeans for female V for the longest. Okay? You barely get them for male V. When you do, it's like, sweet, right? But, what about female V, man? Okay, what about Lady V, man? Finally someone did. Finally someone did. I hope they make some more stuff, too. Okay, I hope they make some more stuff, because if they do, I'm gonna be downloading that, too. Got a couple of new pose packs too, but they're not really gonna be for this character. That's that one right there. Got rid of some too. The one pose pack, it was just a little too wasn't my style. Okay. What's the other new one I had got? That one. Bunch of new beach poses and stuff like that. We're mostly looking for them that'll work. Say looking for them thug pose, you know what I mean? See here, pictures. All come out clean, of course. And of course, after this, once we're done with this session, I will be streaming. Which, of course, by the time this happens, I'm not going. And we changed her teeth to gold for this moment of time, so that she could show off the golds, although I did forget it to get some jewelry. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get close. Look at the golds. Okay, we forgot to get the jewelry though. She was supposed to have some rings, a watch, and a necklace, and I completely forgot. I don't know if the blue eyes is gonna work. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I messed up by giving her gray eyes. The blue looks too weird. It looks too different. It doesn't even look natural. Dang. She was always supposed to have blue. I don't know how I gave her gray when I first made her. Maybe I thought it was too blue. Maybe that's why. But then again, blue eyes are always very striking. Only time they're not like super striking is on people you kind of expect to see it on. So maybe like somebody with like blue eyes and blonde hair. But on people who are not, who don't have blue eyes and blonde hair, it's always fairly striking. But because it's so weird now, because she's had gray eyes for so dang long, it don't look right. Dang. Okay, we might have to go back to the gray. That's fine. It just doesn't, it don't fit. I knew I was going to have to do the test sooner or later. I should have did it sooner before I started doing the photos though. Alright, now let's see the sheer difference. I think the problem is the blue eyes, it doesn't really fit her. After all these years of seeing her with gray eyes, the blue eyes don't look right. Are they fine? Probably. It just don't look right for some reason. Let's see if film grain will work. I haven't done film grain on any of my photos in a hot minute. I always loved putting film grain on certain photos, but sometimes it just don't work. I feel like some photos like these would go perfect with some film grain. It won't load it doesn't load if I'm remembering correctly. It will this time though. Okay, let me see. Let me get real nice and close. Yeah, we gotta keep her with the gray eyes now. It's been too long. It's been too many years of her having gray eyes. And with the blue, it doesn't fit her face anymore. The gray is pretty much perfect. Let me test this real quick. Will the film grain show up or will it not? I miss putting film grain in my photos, man. I used to do it all the time. It gave it such a nice, not professional, but still nostalgic / 90s look. Especially with this outfit she got. This straight 1990s looking right here. Oops, I zoomed in way too dang close. From the looks of it, still doesn't work. Alrighty, no film grain then. Matter of fact, hold on, let me test it real quick. I could be wrong, actually. It might just be so dang fine and so well cleaned up that I do have specific settings that help me clean up my stuff. I've been doing this for so dang long now. Take that picture, see what that look like. She clean as fuck though, man. She clean as fuck. And I love how realistic the background looks. I need to start using this time more often. This time right here is so clean, it makes everything look real. Which is typically what I strive for when I'm doing virtual photography stuff, unless it's like a game where the graphics just naturally are not as good. Alright, film grain does not work. Both them photos look the dang same. Delete those. Alrighty. Go ahead and lift these up to her. Oh, that's a little too high. And I was so happy when I found these pants. I'm like, holy crap, somebody actually made some fucking baggy jeans that are not boot cut for female V. See, the problem is, like I was saying in a previous episode, is a lot of people do all like the tech looking stuff, and like I get it, you know, it's to fit the futuristic theme of Cyberpunk. But let's keep it real here. This is still Cali. not that many people gonna be rocking that type of style. I'm sure you'll still be seeing a lot of baggy khakis and stuff like that. That's like the way they did the Valentinos in this game. To me, is pretty dang perfect because they still rock a very modern day cholo style. Okay, you could go to Cali and see a lot of the stuff they wear. They be rocking basic looking sneakers, the baggy chinos, the shorts, the gold, the fucking, you know, some of the cowboy boots and stuff. You don't see the cowboy boots as often, but you'll be seeing it. Or at least I do, because, you know, I'm on the West Coast. But it's stuff you see. It's stuff you see decently often. Okay? I think the only bit of style that has changed is women rock it a lot less now in the modern day. A lot of Latino women don't wear it as often as they used to. And like they did in the 90s and 80s and whatnot. Dudes, though? Man, dudes still be rocking the crap out of that style. You could be in fucking, you could go to Texas and see it. You could go to fucking Nevada and see it. You could go to Arizona and see that style. You could go to Cali and see that style. You could go to fucking, I'm pretty sure some East Coast Latinos might even rock the style. Not as often because it's more of a Mexican thing. But even if you go to East Coast and go to like where there's a lot of Mexicans on the East Coast, you'll see that style. You know what I'm saying? Although on the East Coast is a lot of predominantly Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and stuff like that, so they typically won't wear stuff like that. But even then, you could still decently see the style. So even, right, we're talking about a style that's been around probably since the 50s. And you still see it to this day. To this day. You know what I'm saying? Like Deontay Wilder said, to this day, you'll still see people rocking it. Got the pistol up. Let me give her a little smile real quick. Got the pistol up in the air like, who won it? It's funny how Cyberpunk works, because you can make, I have a run and gun character. That's my military character. She doesn't rock sand division, none of that. She is berserk. So her vision, her sight and all that, when she gets to popping and shooting, she's working on regular means. Then when you get the NPCs who got all those specialty sand divisions and stuff, you could still drop them with just basic bullets, dude. That lets you know, bullet velocity is still superior. I mean, there's only so fast you can go when, the M4 can shoot its bullets out at 3,000 velocity. That's really fucking fast. AK's at like 2,600. That's a big fat bullet, and it's moving really fucking fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty realistic. It's pretty realistic. I know sand division definitely makes the world real slow. But I mean, how much can you take something that's moving at 3,000 velocity and slow it down? How much slowing can you really do to something like that? Probably not enough. Because that's really dang fast. I don't know how much that is in feet per second, but it's fucking moving. That's for dang sure. It's moving. Check to see what that looks like real quick. Make sure it's not drowning her skin tone out, because right now she looks a little drowned out. Did it get brighter at some point? I feel like it got brighter at some point. Or no, was it because I made it yellow? More yellow, I mean? Something happened. Something happened. Her skin tone got drowned out somehow. Drop this a little bit. I'm gonna say about 35. Up this a tiny bit. Right about there should be good. I'm gonna back it up and retake the first one. Must have adjusted at some point. At least it seemed like it did, because that picture's a little brighter than I remember being. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of dang bullet velocity. Matter of fact, can you convert velocity to feet per second? Velocity to feet per second is FPS. What is velocity though? What is the result of velocity? You know what I mean? Because now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, how do you speed slash velocity? Shoot, I don't even know what you would count that. Yeah, okay, I ain't, you know what I mean? I don't know all those conversions. Let's see what that looks like real quick. They look about the same. Look about the same. Actually, matter of fact, it is the same. So let's go ahead, back this back up. So I like the brighter background. The brighter background makes the background look a little bit more lively while still being able to focus on her. Reduce that back down to 95. I kind of wish I would have got her the jewelry. That would have really made the fit. But even then, when I went to change her eye color back, I wasn't even thinking about it. Wasn't even thinking about it for real, for real. Wait, that ain't gold. That's copper. Ah, shoot, I gave her copper teeth. Still clean. Copper is one of the best colored minerals there is. Copper is very underrated. Copper is extremely underrated, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else talking about gold this and gold that. Copper, baby. Copper is something special. It's real pretty, real pretty. You ever see a copper colored Bentley? Huh? Oh no, Rolls Royce, I mean? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's some special crap, that's for sure. A full copper colored Rolls Royce. You're probably thinking, well, depending on the year, what the fuck does that look like? Well, you already know it was the best year. It was a 1930s Rolls Royce. Okay. So it got the old school metal panels body, you know, the old school 1930s cars. Big body fucking behemoths with V12s in them. Full copper. Spokes were copper as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous on white walls. Holy crap, that thing was beautiful. At that point, it made me realize, I was like, you know what? Why is copper such an underrated color? Everybody's always talking about gold, chrome. Those are cool. Copper is something special, mainly because you don't see it very much. So when you do finally see it, it's like, dang. That is clean. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb when you do finally see it. You know what I mean? So many people be on gold though. Copper is something special. But you know what? That's fine. When you do use copper, everybody else is like, whoa, that's amazing. Because you just don't see it. Let's say you were making like a lowrider or something, right? You decided to go with black and gold. People will see it and be like, dang, that car clean. But if you went with black and copper, people would be fucking stunned, astounded. Because you just don't see it. The mix of black and copper together is something special. Blue and copper, red and copper is pretty good. Okay? Purple and copper is something special. These are just things you don't see because people don't go for it. You feel what I'm saying? They always go for gold. Which, if this was a competition, always strive for gold. But when it comes to making something extra pretty, man, we need to start seeing more copper out here, baby. Copper is underrated. So underrated. Most underrated metal color there is, in my personal opinion. And yet, it is easily one of the best looking. It's like, gotta show copper more love, okay? Copper is... You ever see a super clean penny? Stupendous. Okay? Stupendous. There's a lot of shadow going on the neck there. Well, that's because this light is dumb high up. I thought I brung it down. 5 should be good. Copper is something special and you just don't get enough love, man. Like, you know how you get to change colors of your gear on Black Desert? I almost always got my character rocking copper. Why? Because it's just too fucking pretty. And you don't see it. People always do gold. You know what I'm saying? Orange and copper is fucking great. Did I say that already? I think I said that already. There's a lot of copper color combinations. Okay, gray and copper, black and copper, white and copper. Yellow and copper is pretty cool too. Although yellow is a bit of a strong color, so there's not a whole lot you can use yellow for. Yellow has to be the talking piece when it comes to colors. Because of it being such a raw color, such a strong color. Yellow is like the shiner color, you know. You put it with anything, the yellow's gonna overly stand out. So yellow's gotta be on its own. Gotta keep it like yellow and chrome if you yellow. Although honestly, yellow should be more of a side piece color. Definitely shouldn't be the main color. Too much. Yellow can be a little too much. Like a big old yellow Hummer. Just a lot of yellow going on. Maybe a little too much yellow going on. Out here. Yellow is a little too strong, man. But if you want like wait, did I put that down? Oh, we don't. Voice. We're looking down. I'm gonna say though, when it comes to metals though, copper is so dang underrated. Don't get me wrong, gold is cool. Gold works for a lot of things too. Chrome works for majority things. When we're talking from a custom standpoint, copper, man. Copper, man. We at 148? Seems a little low. I don't see nothing moving. Not moving. Where am I putting this light? It's always the hard part about doing lights on a pale character and a lot of light. I don't know where the fuck I'm putting these lights at. They're not making much of a difference here. Okay, I'm gonna put it there then. The shadow on the arm is gone. I can barely see what I'm doing. It's coming out clean, but I can barely see what I'm doing. I think I got this folder way too dang wide. What is this? Oh, duh. Let me move this over here so I can see what I'm doing. Bring that to the side some. That's a little too wide. I gotta be able to see what I'm doing. I can't see what I'm doing with that. Okay, let's see here. Gotta be able to show off the shoes too, man. Gotta show off the shoes. Somebody made some black and white Jordan ones. I need to get those downloaded next time. I have way too many dang mods I have not gotten downloaded. Some of them don't even work anymore. They're hidden, which is really unfortunate. I got a lot of heat that I have yet to download. Where did the pistol come from? Hold on, what was the other one? Let me see, can we make use of this? I mean, with the character being, with her being her, we definitely could. I'm saying Big Damu in the building. They join right at the dang camera. Barrel and all. Okay. Supreme levels of no gun safety. Okay. Who needs gun safety when you can point the gun directly at your cameraman? You know? Look, if I ever, okay, when I get my batteries in my camera, I start doing some real world stuff. Rap videos is gonna be ones that I don't do. I'll be dang if I die for some dang fool had his finger on the trigger and accidentally popped me in my dang face, okay? Not me, not the way I'm going out. Feel what I'm saying? We ain't doing no rap videos where people is pointing guns at the camera, okay? None of that. None of that. There's too many of those these days, any dang ways. Do something new. Be different. You feel what I'm saying? Be different. Okay, these dudes out here, I ain't with that. Who's got no fucking thought process on repercussions and stuff. You accidentally do this, you get that. People don't be thinking about that these days. Just want to look cool to everybody and crap. You just be wanting to look cool out here. You're only cool if you look like you gangster, even if you ain't. What's that fake it till you make it type crap? That right about there. We ain't doing none of that, alright? None of those type of videos. Plus, you know, you got expensive hardware. Shouldn't be going in areas like that any dang ways. Like I said, I'll be dang if I go out with some fucking loser pointing a gun at the camera and accidentally pull the trigger. Or purposely. You never know some of these people. You never know, you know? We have an issue here. The shadow is popping up there when we try to get rid of it from there, so that means either the light is too low or too high. Okay, too high. Yeah, I had it there in the first place. It was looking clean, but I was over adjusting. You know what I'm saying? I was over adjusted. I got a whole bunch of stuff downloaded for this episode, man. New hairstyles and everything. Wait till you see this stuff for the next character, okay? Going Texas V, and then we're gonna do Country V. Country V set is definitely gonna be we're not gonna be uploading that one to Instagram, okay? That's gonna be one for the DeviantArt, okay? Because I have a perfect idea of a photo I saw from the 70s, I think it was. I ain't even gonna say too much, because when we get to it, I want y'all to see it straight off the bat. Okay, I ain't gonna say too much. That crap was fly, and I'm like, you know what? Inspiration. I'm inspired. We're gonna do that for Texas V, Country V, since I always Kentucky V, since I always rock the afro on her. That's gonna be perfect for her. It's gonna be a hard one to put together, though. That's for sure. But hey, that's the whole point of this. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole dang point. Ensuring that your setups and everything are fucking. It's fantastic, different, hard to do, you know? You would rather it be hard to do than easy. Because if it's easy, means you ain't putting that work in. If you ain't putting that work in, you know how you gonna get something from it? So for that one, it's gonna be a tough one to put together for sure. Man, it's crazy too. Because basically the easiest way I can say this is there's going to be something around her head. There's going to be some things around her head. Okay? And it has to fit the circumference of her head. But at the same time, it's not exactly her head. It's going to be what's on her head. And how it's going to come out, if I do it properly, of course, it's going to be spectacular. Clean right there. Gonna be spectacular. All right, so we're gonna do Texas V after this, since hers is gonna be much easier. Plus, I'm gonna have to do a lot of censoring anyways, kind of like we had to do for Pinup V. For that one set I did some time ago. That set came out dang nice. That character was covered though, so I was actually able to put that on the Instagram. It wasn't a lot of coverage, but it was coverage nonetheless. It was coverage nonetheless, as we're for Ducky V, she won't really be covered in the areas. So censoring we do this time will be because we might actually have to censor it. That's where the censoring for that was, just because, you know, I don't trust YouTube to understand what we're doing, not until I can get paid on this channel. Once you can get paid, oh man, you can choose all the settings you need to ensure that YouTube doesn't demonetize your video. especially if you're doing arts and crafts type things. I'm always looking up different photography videos and stuff like that for inspirations, cameras, techniques, whatever the fuck, right? And I've stumbled upon various videos of people doing nude art, and well, their joints don't get hit, so I'm like, okay, so I understand. Artwork is artwork, and they're fine with that as long as it's in the context of artwork, which is what I'm doing. But because I can't get paid on this channel yet, my watch hours ain't up yet. Would have been had I not deleted all my old stuff. Shoot, we'd probably be at like fucking 7,000 watch hours right now. But anyways, that's besides the point. You can let them know like this is for this. You know, it's my artwork, it's my business. But at the moment, oh, that is not something I would play around with. So I will happily, if necessary, censor it. Takes a long time, but gotta be done. Gotta be done. Doesn't matter anyways. I always do it after I do the stream, so it's not like it'd be taking up time or anything. That is a full 10. Let's check the quality on all these. First couple were nice. They never adjusted, so we should be good. It's only ever when it adjusts is when it's a problem. Which it did not, so all of these look pretty spectacular, even with the accidental copper teeth. We were not supposed to do. Supposed to be gold. I chose number 3 because I thought that was the one that gave you gold. It was 2. Alrighty, my good peoples. This is the setup for Texas V. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this looks like in maximum graphics, of course. We're gonna be using T-Bug for this as well, because obviously we're gonna need somebody who's gonna be in the truck, and I might spawn 2 other characters just as background pieces. We won't really use them; they'll just be there to fill in a little bit, you know, so it won't be so empty. Alrighty, we're gonna have to hide the screen though once we spawn T-Bug in. Let me see. Do I want to use? Yeah, I love using volumetric fog when it actually helps you, and when you're way out here. Man, is it freaking helpful. Also spawn a plastic chair. Man, doesn't help. Okay, we got Texas V in the building. New hairstyle. Okay, looking great. The little strawberries top. Yeah, of course, you know, it's summer theme. Down south theme. We had to get her, you know what I mean, the little booty shorts. Look at the little ice cream truck though. You know what I mean? Come on, man. It's got everything in it. Look at the little wheels. Okay, some little Walmart Steelies. Makes it look clean though. I don't know how you're supposed to drive this thing. I guess it's just for the looks of it. Because, you know, this looks like something that definitely wouldn't actually drive. You kind of just roll it around. If even that. You kind of deconstruct it once you're done with it. Alright, let me get Bug situated, and then I'll see if I want to add any other characters. I'm gonna have one serious issue. Whoever made this outfit for T-Bug decided that giving her underwear was unnecessary because she is completely naked down there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be extra careful here when I'm doing her poses. Luckily, I'm really mainly using her for the inside of the truck, so we're not really gonna see her much. But yeah, I guess they were against that idea. Now I'm trying to think who else would fit the Texas vibes good. I'm thinking Denny, but if I'm remembering correctly, she's an older lady, so I don't know. Well, black cookouts, you see peoples of all ages. Everybody pulling up. Every family member in the family is there. Oh, who that is? Guessing that's one of the Manandrijit peoples. That's the one lady for that one mission. I don't know how she actually looked though. If she's casual enough, she should work. We just need the casual folks. Which is a good thing for this outfit because it makes her look a little bit more casual. But it's a bad thing as well. Like I said, whoever decided to make that outfit for her figured undergarment was, like I said, unnecessary. Alright, back on the photography channel. I was trying to, literally, the game crashed because I was trying to censor a character. You know the French lady in the Phantom Liberty DLC that everybody loves? I was trying to use her. I'm like, since my character's a younger character, let me use the other younger character. So I was gonna go with T-Bug, I was gonna go with the French lady, and I was gonna go with Mama Brigitte, although she's not like super young, but she's younger than Denny, so it was gonna work. The dark chocolate thing, you know what I mean? Can't hate. The game, okay, Aurora, I'm pretty sure her name is. I was trying to give her the sports shorts that Judy wears. I was trying to, you know, censor her, because if not, all the characters wear in this game underneath their clothing is a straight up thong. Okay, it's like this, the tiniest of tiny. Alright, so I was gonna censor her. I was gonna put some shorts on her. The game didn't like that, and it fucking crashed on me. Okay. Well, apparently, censoring is against the rules. I'm not even lying. I just got done rebuilding everything. As you can see, setup is slightly different. I went with the cable drum instead because it feels a little bit more southern. Alright. Alright, can't believe it. Alrighty. For the third time now, I've had to build the setup. This time, Mama Brigitte crashed the dang game. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to give the other characters specialty outfits, because this is supposed to be about Texas v any dang ways, okay? Only one that works is T-Bug, so we're just gonna stick with Bug. Everybody else gonna rock regular fits, because, man, it's the third time now. Okie dokie. We're gonna stick with these two for now, because if I gotta rebuild this setup for a fourth time, man, shoot, dude. Fucking stupid. I was just trying to make the other characters swaggy. I ain't really think about it, though. You're really not even gonna be able to see them, but I just wanted them to at least have a little bit of swag of some sort, you know? At least a little bit. Something. Any dang thing. Game was not a fan. Okay, the game was not a fan. What? So be it. I won't use them then. Okay, you know I wanted to. It is definitely going to be majority about her any dang way. So I guess it's not really necessary to add that many more characters. But it would have been a part of the swag, you know? It would have been a part of the swag. That's what I was attempting, at least. Game wasn't feeling it, though. Wasn't feeling it at all. Like, now, you can't even really see T-Bug. She's just kind of there. Which was kind of the point. They weren't, like, supposed to be, like, there, but I need a pose for her to lean up against the what's-name. It wasn't like, they weren't, like, supposed to be, like, there, but, like, at least somewhat noticeable, I guess. But game crashed on me, man. 3 times I had to rebuild this fucking setup. 3 dang times, man. I was done. 3 times too many. I still want to dang live stream. It's almost 3 o'clock. I still got one other character to do, and I know her setup's gonna take a long time. Her setup is going pretty dang hard to do. The way I'm gonna do it, I don't want to spoil it, because you'll see it once we get to it. Man, it's gonna suck though, for me. It's gonna look great in the end. It's not gonna be a fun one. Not going to be a fun one, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and reduce that depth of field just a little bit. Say 50 should be good for this scenery, for this setup we're doing. Matter of fact, can I make it focus on her and Bug? Is that possible, or is Bug too far away? Bug is too far. That's fine. Oops. I'm going backwards. Bug is just kind of going to be there, you know. And so are the other characters. But I wanted there to at least be some depth to it, you know. And it just being one character at an ice cream spot by herself, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense, you know what I'm saying? Dang game wasn't feeling it. Or at least it wasn't feeling me putting certain items on certain characters. I guess certain characters ain't allowed to wear custom stuff. First it was Aurora, then it was Brigitte. I'm like, alright, whatever, yo, whatever. Okay, whatever, son. I thought I had a joint that make her like, yeah, there we go. Put her down a little bit. Move her forward. I don't. How long is this? Okay, I'm gonna say goodness. She still don't fit. Let me make her go boom. She actually doesn't look that bad with the hairstyle. It's been a hot minute since I've seen her with the hair. I was expecting the peanut head though. When I saw the hair, I was a little thrown off. I'm like, the heck is that? But it don't look too bad. It don't look too bad. Her back some. Oh, there we go. So see, like parts like this, we could definitely have them both in the photo, you know. Steer her the direction. Oh. I'm gonna have to do the old technique. You can't make them look at each other. It's unfortunate. They can only look at the camera or away. So what I usually do is, you know what I'm saying? I spawn, which typically makes them disappear. I don't know why it does that dumb crap, but you gotta do what you gotta do. A billiard ball, and I put it in their face, and then I make them look at each other. Or I make them look at the ball, which is in their face, but you can't really see it. So you clone two. I'll move them. I'll make them look at each other. Although I cannot see where this is. Oh, that's because it's back here. Oh, wrong one. Go ahead, grab that. The heck is the screen? Oh, I'm up against something. I'm saying, why is the screen shaking? Is that an earthquake? Put that one inside of her face. That's number one. Go down to the... Oh, wait, I gotta click on them. Get the other one. That. Put that in T-Bug's face. That way you can make them... That's how I usually get them to look at each other, because there's... I don't think you could do it any other way. At least I haven't figured it out. So this way is pretty effective. Works pretty well. So then we target them and allow them to look at objects. Then what happens is that right there, they start disappearing for some dang reason. I have yet to find a fix for it. On props. So number, oh, go way down. So billiard ball 14 is the one that's in Bug's face. So now I go and make her look at something. Oops. She'll look back, or at least attempt to. Oh, I got that way too head only. You're looking a little too high up. So then what you would do with that there is, actually we got to target Bug real quick too. Then you got to start dealing with this dumb crap right here. Oops. Boom. Bug. Boom. Then. Oh no, she's looking at the wrong ball. Oh shoot. Where's the other ball? I don't even see the other ball. This is not in order. Just realize this. Oh, there we go. Deactivate, reactivate. Now we take the dang billiard ball and move them into the proper spot so it looks like they're looking at each other. It only. But we're gonna make it look like they're talking, because with just the basic smiles, it look like they're staring at each other a little too endearing. Okay, a little too endearing. They're not together. Okay, friends at the moment for the meantime. Okay, her stare looks a little crazy, so we're gonna need to change up her pose a little bit. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna have to change up her pose. All we see is the side of her eyes red as fuck. It's not what we're looking for. Oh. I hate when this happens. If anybody got a fix, let your boy know, because this really makes things slow as fuck. Man, maybe I should have stuck to one character, I ain't gonna lie. I probably should have stuck to one character. This is why I don't do multi-character all the time, because it just all this extra stuff you gotta deal with. So now if I want to put her in a pose, I can't properly, because then they disappear and I got a boom, and I got a bam, and I got a boom. All this extraterrestrial bullcrap. Ain't nobody got time for. Matter of fact, backing out and I'm going back in. That's just too much extra crap to be dealing with. We already had the game crash 3 times. I just want to get the fly photos done for the character, and then we call it there, so I can move on to the dang next, man. Which is the main one I'm looking for. Don't get me wrong, the other 2 characters were great. Damu's set came out real nice. This character set is going to come out nice finally, that we can actually make it happen. But all the extra characters, I don't feel like dealing with that right now, I'm gonna be honest. If the game wouldn't have crashed 3 times on me, I'd be fine. Having to rebuild this set 3 times in a row and take an extra hour toward building a set that we already had built 3 times, it's taking its toll, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it has taken its toll. That wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to crash 3 times, but that's the beauty of, you know, anything. Nothing always goes according to plan, okay? Right now, with all that extra stuff we gotta do, I ain't trying to do, okay? It'll look just fine with just her, okay? She's the main priority any fucking ways. Okay, look, Caramel Fang, she's the main priority anyway, so we ain't even really worried about the other characters too much. Get about them, you know? Maybe next time. The game doesn't crash 3 or 4 times. Okay. At this moment in time, man, shoot. At this moment in time, dude. Back. Okay, here we go. That's a good one. At this moment in time, dude. And it was just the clothing. I was just trying to give them more clothes. Game was like, man, forget you, dude. Now, if I wanted to, I could add a character right now, and if I just make them pose like we're making her pose, it would work just fine. But it's when you try to do extra. If we do, though, we can't do T-Bug because that custom outfit. We would have to do somebody else. Who else would work with this character and give off that real good Texas vibe, though? If I do 2 characters, that wouldn't be the problem. It's as soon as I try to add anything. The main issue I had with Mama Brigitte is she is an older lady. Who the heck is that? I ain't never seen this woman before. Sasquatch? Oh, she's the one that gives that big ridiculous hammer. Man. Yeah, I can see that now. I ain't seen her in a hot minute. I'm messing up. I'm spawning characters without fucking safety mode. Luckily nothing happened. See, like T-Bug would be perfect. Younger black character, just like our main character here. Problem is, the other way ain't working, so we can't have them look at each other. Okay, ever. I don't even know if I could use Bug though, because this custom outfit, like I said earlier, it's missing pieces. It's missing important pieces. Why my character looks so dang tall? Do I have her lifted? She's not lifted. Look just extra tall right now for some reason. Let me fly up a little bit. I ain't had Bug in some photos in a hot minute. Bug is a great looking character, you know what I mean? But dude, game crashed on me, man. I need to take this outfit off her though. It's cool, but a more casual fit would be a lot better. I mean, look at her though. She's not a great looking character. You feel what I'm saying? But fuck, game, dude. I don't know why my character looks so dang tall right now though. Like she got some extra height on her. I ain't changed the height though. What is that thing on her arm? I can't get rid of that thing on her arm, can I? Oh, boom, that works. You turn my character a little bit though, so her elbow ain't so much in the way. Pretty sure they made her elbow even more in the way. Let's see here. Next time though, we definitely, when we do Southern Characters Part 4, I think, we definitely gonna have to add the French lady in with Louisiana V, because she definitely got that Louisiana look. That character would be perfect in it. Plus, that is a great looking character. Before I had first got my hands on Phantom Liberty and I kept seeing her pop up all over the place, I'm like, who is this character? Why she keep popping up? And I watched one of the videos, I'm like, you know what, can't lie, it's a pretty great looking character. And maybe next time though, with Miss Bug, let's go on ahead, get her up out the way though. How you do that? We're gonna keep it to just my character. What the fuck? It's a good thing it didn't clip all the way through. You ain't be trying to get me in trouble, man. Alright, here we go. Let's stop goofing around here, because this is too simple of a setup to still be at this after an hour, nearly 2 now. But it's all due to the fucking game crashing, okay? Would have been done. On to the last character, the character whose setup I'm looking most forward to, because the idea I have for that character is very 1970s. That crap gonna come out nice if I do it correctly. Which, it's not gonna be hard to do. The hard part is going to be, the way I have to set it up. The set itself ain't gonna be that hard to do. I gotta switch these back. Let me see. This one should be here. This one should be here. I don't know how that ended up happening, having them in the opposite direction like that. This is too simple of a set, though, to still be on this. Simple, but great looking setup. Over that, right about there. And boom. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You look great. I don't know if this is the same coloring as the first photo, though. I'm gonna have to check real quick. It's too simple, man. Let's see. Let's make sure. Okay, yeah, that looks great. I saw the bug randomly being gone, but it'll be fine. She'll pop up in one of the, because I want to do a multi-character setups one of these days, any dang ways, and that's what I'm seeing, crap. Seeing crap. I thought I just saw something flying. I better not have no dang fly in here. I will fucking get the tennis racket. Tennis racket will be ready to go, baby. Fucking shock the crap out of something right now. Let's see, what's a good pose? We got these little tables over here. I would like to make use of those. Let's see. How far out do we have to move her? Goodness, wasn't supposed to be that far away. Gonna have to make her sit on the ice cream truck, because that's a little farther away than I thought it was. That dang fly got in here somehow. Are you serious? How the heck is that possible? How is it possible, man, huh? How the heck did a bug get in here? Dang door's closed. We're gonna have to move the table a little closer. I didn't realize I put it that far away. That's too much distance. We're gonna have to make the lights is gonna be all wonky at that point. We can't deal with wonky lights. Reason being, if the lights is wonky, it becomes near impossible to deal with them. Because then what you'll be doing is your character be in a completely different position from where they were. So what happens is when you start moving the lights and stuff, they start moving oblong. They're no longer moving around your character. So depending on where you put them, they'll either be way too dang close or way too dang far. That is always very annoying to deal with. So I like to move stuff around the character if necessary, which is exactly what you're seeing me do now. We're gonna go ahead and back this setup up, but still keep it in the similar distance so that it looks like I didn't really change anything. She just moved. That makes things a million times easier with that way. Boom, see? Now the setup looks the same, but we don't actually have to move her. lifting the character up or down, that's about the most I'm willing to do when it comes to moving your entire setup. If you gotta move the whole dang setup, it's definitely more annoying to deal with. Is this straight out? Oh yeah, that's straight out. That's not gonna work. I thought this was a regular seated pose. Let me see here. Okay, you know, those aren't regular seated poses. So let me see some of these. We had 2. We only done 2. Man, it's been way too long. It's been way too dang long, dude. Let's see. That's a good one. I like that one right there. What's up, hater? The dang names of these poses. Change her face up a little bit. Right about there. Where my light set up? I moved it. Alright. Back in action. Okay, we're back in action here. Had a little bit of struggles. A lot of struggles. Let me not say a little bit. A lot of struggles. Having the game crash 3 times and having to rebuild your setup 3 times over. That's a catastrophic issue. That ain't no simple issue. That's a god dog, I gotta fix it again issue. Okay? When you definitely ain't trying to. Can't believe it. All because I was trying to give the characters more clothing. Ain't that some crap? So I'm sure most people would have been perfectly fine with them not. I was trying to make it at least somewhat summer looking, normal-ish type of thing. Game wasn't trying to work with me though. Let's see here. Basic seated pose. This is pretty good. Let's turn her that way. You can see the ice creams and stuff too. Back her up. If we gotta do a little bit of movement, that little bit of movement is just fine. That's not gonna affect the lighting system too much. Or at least my lighting system too. As you can see, she's still mostly lit. No issue. See the ice cream and stuff now, although there's a very lackluster amount of ice cream in here now that I'm able to see it up close. So somebody put 3 basic scoops and like 10 tons of whipped cream. That's all that is. That ain't even ice cream. That's just whipped cream. That's like 60% whipped cream right there. I was never the biggest fan of whipped cream as a kid. Then I started using it more as for like coffees and stuff. But then I stopped drinking coffee. Because number one, I was a kid and I shouldn't have drunk coffee. So I had stopped. I was drinking coffee from like 12 to 13 years old. Just because it tastes good. Then for some reason over the years, it started messing with my stomach, so then I stopped drinking it. I still never actually found out why. It started making my stomach feel nasty. I drink it and I just feel like crap afterwards. It can be like the smallest amount and it still happens. I just recently drank coffee because with some blueberry coffee, and I'm like, blueberry coffee? The fuck? I wanted to see what it tastes like, so I had literally like a shot glass amount. Not even that much. Actually, that's not true. I had like a dang, probably like half a shot glass amount, just to taste it. It was really tasty, but it made my stomach feel like crap. So I'm like, okay, I guess my body isn't a fan of coffee, which is fine because I don't really need caffeine. The thing I'll be needing is the opposite of caffeine. I'll be having too much energy sometimes. What I do is if I got too much energy before I'm about to get ready to go to sleep, I just do a bunch of dang push-ups. They say you shouldn't exercise before you go to sleep, but for me it's kind of the opposite. Helps burn off all that dang energy I be having. I got too much energy. Like one of the best ways to fall asleep easier. Do a crap ton of push-ups before I go to sleep, and boom, I fucking lay down in the bed and I just melt into the dang bed. Otherwise, going straight to sleep is a struggle. I be having just way too much dang energy. I like to burn out before I do. That way, There's no struggles with going to sleep. It just happens. I lay down and boom, I just fall right to sleep. Good old fucking exercising. It was always funny because I've been doing that for quite a while. I was pretty surprised to find out that people say you shouldn't do it. Like, shoot, why not though? That crap be helping me personally. Like I said, when I lay down, I just melt into the bed, man. I just be melting, otherwise I cannot sleep. I just be wanting to be awake all dang day and night. Like I said, if there was certain things you didn't have to do, I would not do them. Sleeping, I wouldn't sleep. That's a waste of time. I'd be up all dang day, all night, just working on crap. I wouldn't fucking. I wouldn't be eating. That's unnecessary. You know what I mean? That waste time too. Using bathrooms, I wouldn't be doing that either, because that waste time too. I'd just be fucking working. Trying to get some shmoneys on me, you know what I'm saying? Using the bathroom, wouldn't do that either, because that'd be a waste of time. Feel what I'm saying? Let's move the ice cream toward her. I wouldn't use the bathroom, I wouldn't eat unless I just want to taste something. But then the problem is, I know afterwards I'm going to have to use the bathroom. So I probably still wouldn't even want to do that. Because ain't nobody got time for that, you know what I'm saying? There's so many dang things that you have to do as a human that waste time. Sleeping, eating, trying to think of something to make. Then you can't, so you're kind of just wandering around the kitchen wasting mad time. Trying to figure something out. Like, man, shoot, dude. 6 to 8 hours of your day is wasted towards sleeping. Unless you're in unless you got issues with insomnia and you can't really sleep very well. 6 to 8 hours of your day is wasted toward laying in the dang bed. And not by choice. You know what I mean? Not by choice. You know, if you choose to lay in bed all day, at least it was your choice. Sleeping, it's against your will. Because if you don't, your body gonna crash sooner or later any dang ways. Your body's gonna force you to go to sleep any dang ways, you know what I'm saying? That's like, even though I do be having mad energy, and sometimes when I lay down I can't sleep right away, it is guaranteed that at some point in time, whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's an hour, whether it's 2, I'm going to fall asleep. That's just actuals and factual. You know what I'm saying? There's just nothing I can do about that. I'm going to fall asleep at some point. We're at 16 now, so we need 4 more. You know what I'm saying? At some point, the body is gonna shut down on me, okay? I've been trying to correct my sleeping times, though. My sleeping times are pretty awful. Although yesterday I went to bed a little earlier than I normally do, which is good. Because then I was able to wake up a little earlier. See, my problem is I'm a night owl and a morning bird, you know what I mean? Morning person at the same time. It's like, how do you be both? Well, by not wanting to go to sleep, so you stay up all dang night working on stuff, but then you also want to get up nice and early too, so that you can work on more stuff. You like staying up late at night because it's more peaceful, but then you like to wake up early because you get to see those beautiful early morning sun rays, you know? That's how you be both. It's always a clash of multiple worlds. This is like, dang, I don't really want to go to sleep, but at the same time, I also don't want to wake up late as fuck. That's how that is. I don't want to be waking up at no dang 11 p.m. or some ridiculous crap like that. Not that I wake up super early. It's just not possible for me at the moment. Then when you go to bed too early, it feels like, dang, I could be getting some stuff done. But then when you wake up too late, it's like, dang, I could have got some stuff done. You know, it's a clash of, do I want to go to bed early? I also want to wake up early, but I'm working on something, so I don't really want to go to bed yet. But when you look at the clock, it's 3 in the dang morning, you still ain't sleep. The clash of wanting to stay up so you can work on some stuff, but also wanting to go to sleep so you can work on some stuff. But I know how how important the early morning is, so I'll be trying to correct my sleeping times. Just because the early morning is a little bit more important than the late nights. The late nights, You know? It's just be easier for me sometimes to get stuff done at night. I'll be wanting to. But like dang, nah, I probably should. So I could get some crap done. That's like now. These dang photo sessions would be a whole lot harder to do at night where I'm nearing sleepy. I mean, shoot, I've done a few late night photo sessions. Y'all know how fucking sleepy I'll be sounding. As we're in the morning, it's just not the case. I got all the energy to talk. Got all the energy to make sure that I'm putting as much quality as I can into my photos and everything. Making sure that I'm speaking often within the video so that there's no empty moments of no speaking, which happens quite a bit when I record these late at night, which is why I don't. Plus, the simple fact is just not a good use of time, because the last thing I want is poor quality photos, because I'm barely awake to understand or see that what I'm doing sucks. Which is exactly how I'll be making a beat late at night and then wake up the next morning and be like, dang, this beat sucked. Don't work the same with these photos. It takes a whole lot more time. Mess up on the photos, well, they're ruined. You know, there's no, I could clean this beat up. The beat is, if the beat is boo-boo in the morning, that's fine. Because then in the morning you can easily put together that beat again. Use the same sample, use all the same sounds you use, but make sure it's much cleaner this time around. As for with the photos, well, not so much. Well, if the photos suck in the morning, if you did them at night and they suck, you wake up in the morning, they still gonna suck. Now you gotta redo that entire setup. You know, it's a much longer process. So with the photos, I like to ensure that, you know, I'm ensuring that I'm getting some dang sleep. And do them in the morning, as I should, so that they don't come out bad. I ain't gotta rebuild no setups, because number one, you gotta rebuild the whole dang setup. What if you did some crazy setup late at night? Now you gotta do it in the morning? It's take a hot fucking minute, so it's just better do it in the morning. That way you never have to remake anything. Although I did have to this one against my dang will, because the game decided to crash multiple times just because I tried to give an NPC some dang shorts and another NPC a dang shirt. The game was against that. That's some crap. Alright, one more. Let's see. Oh, I messed that one up. For images like these, where she's in a pose, but the bottom half of her is a little blurred out, I always do the outbound, I always do the editing myself, because, you know, obviously people want to see more. The clarity gotta be there, so I'll edit it myself and add the necessary background blur to something, to a pose like that, which is a little extra saucy, you know what I'm saying? A little extra saucy there, so let me fix that. One last good one. Since she's on the dang cable drum, we may as well keep her up here. I'm thinking, let me see, for more seated poses. Are we backwards? I think we were, okay, yeah, we're back where we were. Let's see, what else would work? Since she is still seated here. Yeah, so I never do these at night, ever. Because waking up in the morning and seeing that you did a bunch of bad photos is going to be a much slower process to recreate than waking up in the morning and hear that you made a bunch of trashy beats. Mainly for me, because the way I make my beats it's pretty easy for me to get them done. The way I make my beats to a sample versus making a sample to a beat. So let's say you have a sample, right, and you need a beat for it. It is, at least for me, it is a million times easier to make a beat for a sample, whether you made the sample or whether you sampled it from an old song or whatever song, doesn't matter if it's old or new. It is far more simple, or maybe not simple, but it's just easier to make, for me at least, to make a beat to a sample than it is to make a sample to a beat. Because the problem with beats are that beat, if you make the beat too dang good, it might sound incredible on its own, and now it doesn't even really need a sample to fit. Okay, I've done that many times where I'll make a beat that's just incredible, It sounds amazing by itself, so when you try to add a sample to it, it's like it doesn't sound the same. It's not giving that same theme that you're looking for. This is a magnificent photo right here. The dang sunlight coming through the trees. Okay. Skin tone is shining. The lighting is horrible though, because I didn't move it. Realize that. Grab that one real quick. Let me look through all these real quick, actually. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of the first one with T-Bug. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense for her to be there one moment and then suddenly she's not. I'm gonna use this pose twice. A far up and then a close up. Get a good thumbnail plus the simple fact of obvious reasons. Okay. These little bitty shorts on. Then we shall move over to Kentucky V. I can finally set up what the fuck I was trying to do here. Before the game started to crash on me multiple times. I ain't gonna let it go. Okay. Game crashed on me because I was trying to censor the dang characters. Ain't that some crap? It had no reason. Okay, it had no dang reason. Oh, much better. It had no reason to crash on me, man. It did twice. I love these setups right here because it genuinely does not look like she's in Night City. It looks like she is indeed down south somewhere, chilling in Texas, doing the dang thing. Okay, just being fly and purdy. Alright, that's what I be looking for. I try to create something scenery with my southern characters. I don't want it to look like they in Night City because not everybody gonna be in Night City. I'm saying, not everybody gonna be in Night City. There are other states for sure that still exist in the Cyberpunk universe, so I would like to replicate that by creating my own crazy backgrounds. Well, that is definitely right there. That is definitely 100% thumbnail material. This is absolutely gonna be the thumbnail. With that being said, let us finally move on to the last chocolate character. That is Kentucky V, Victoria. Her Victoria setup is gonna be simple. One big old flower in the head, and it's gonna be on the saucier side of life. Okay. Let's see though. I got a couple of flowers. I think I'm gonna go with, I was already looking at them all, so I kind of already know what is what. And I like this one. Now, what I was going to do is I was going to set it up where she was going to have like a bunch of flowers in her head. But that is absolutely something you do for a one and done type of thing. Because if you do a whole selection, boy, you'll be here for 16 years. Okay, that's the type of thing you do one time. And then once you have that one set up the way you want it to be, leave it at that. If we do her entire head covered in flowers, we're going to be here forever. I still want to live stream. I also want to eat. So, yeah, that'll be a one and done thing I'll do for the side. Oh. And now, I mean, that right there is clean. Right there is perfect. So we have it censored legitimately because she's not covered at the top end of her. I wanted to do like a 1970s Playboy type of thing, and I mean, well, see her, she's looking great. My lamp's at. Oh. We're gonna go ahead and make the highlight lights. I'm gonna make these more bronze as well. She's not bronze enough. The highlights will also be. Hello. Oh, it kept going. It wouldn't go to 140. Bronze as well. Oh, that looks much better. Fits her skin tone way better. All about fitting the character's skin tone too. Yeah, I was gonna do the whole head in flowers, but I'm like, okay, that we're gonna be here forever. Sometimes you gotta do it, right? But that is absolutely something you do a one photo and that's it. Because man, because you can't move them as a conglomerate. Somebody would have to make a flower helmet that fits this afro perfectly. Otherwise, you're gonna have to mesh it your dang self. I did try that. I did try it. It took 26 minutes just to put that together. So then it would take me another 26 minutes for each photo. That means each photo is going to take 26 minutes. I do a grand total of 10. Holy boy. Holy. Do the math on that. We're going to be here for the next 3-4 hours just setting up some flowers around her head. I've already been here for about 4, almost 5 now. But you know what? One flower will do. Make her look absolutely stunning. She'll look great. Okay, it's going to be more of a Playboy pinup style. So this one's going to be for Deviant. Or Patreon when I finally get that started up. Which it already is. I just haven't uploaded anything to it yet because I don't really know what you can and can't do yet. I know you can do what I'm doing. I don't know if they make you verify and all that because I ain't really selling nothing yet. So, man, I got like a million things I need to verify on. Flower wasn't on this side of the head, but it is now. I just kind of realized that. Here now, though. What is that? Why is that there? Oh, that's the light blocker. I'm like, what the fuck? Get out of my way, man. Oh, I forgot to add a ground. I forgot to do that. Now, how we're getting it to look like this gorgeous deep red is I have it, what the heck is it called? I have the light blocker on. So we could get a proper red. Otherwise, it would look like that. It's pretty ugly. I want that. Put it right to the top of the afro. It's gonna be a long censoring job. Was the one when I did it for a pinup V. I already know it's gonna be for her. Alright, let me go back that up. Add one up on out of here. See what these is looking like real quick. I love how red the background came out, though. That was a very important piece. I'm like, the red on the background needs to be perfection. And it is indeed perfection. I like that one. Go a little closer for this one. And where's the flower? Back forward. I'm sitting here setting the crap up. I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Because I kind of realize any movement I make her do, we have to adjust each and every single flower. Which was like a grand total of like 50 flowers. I'm sitting back, I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm gonna be here for a long time if I do it that way. Would it be gorgeous? Absolutely. We're gonna make that be a one type of thing. We'll leave it at that. Because 10? Oh man. 10? Shoot. We would have been there forever. Okay, we would have been there forever. Still trying to stream. I still got some more little joints I want to do. Let's go with the classic. Pose I may have used one too many times, but for obvious reasons. I push that flower back because it's clearly not on her head anymore. Okay. Oh. It would have came out clean. Also would have been doing that for 5 hours straight. We've been at this for 10. Which, I mean, I'm gonna do that, but for more photos. Because I want to do with them new dang baggy pants that somebody finally made. I have to absolutely do something for OGV with those pants. That's what we're gonna be doing during the stream. GTA V. Never seen any of these poses. Those are some new stuff that I had got. I gotta remember to get rid of that dang hand cyberware. It's not what you're looking for when you're trying to do live styles for your character, unless you got your character with 10 tons of cybernetics, which I clearly do not. I prefer to keep my characters as clean as possible. And if I do add anything to them, then that character will have that style, but not so much the cybernetics part. I prefer the cleaner character. Tattoos is about the best we'll do, unless that character is absolutely supposed to be that way. If not, then no. No cyberware. No cyberware for my characters, man. Kinda takes away from the look of the character. They have too much of the cyberware. Too much cyberwares, you know, it takes away from the look. I need to make that wall bigger. Let's side here. Head down. Curl it up a little. Match her head. Boom. That is number 26. Let's see if we could do some seated poses here. I have quite a bit, although she'll be kind of floating. It's kind of the purpose. Or you know what, I should spawn one of those red square joints. That might work quite nice. That is 6 standing, so it's seated poses here. One more work. Maybe one more will do fine. Now, I was going to have like the forest look behind her, but I forgot I kind of did that in the past. It wouldn't have been the same exactly, but those photos back in the day came out pretty clean. So I figured it'd be best to just kind of think of something new. But she was rocking a suit in that one. Those photos came out very nice. I did those back in the day. That was when I was getting real good at this. Those came out dumb clean. Those ones came out pretty dang clean. Not disappointed at how those came out back when I was in like a yellow room, flowers everywhere, grass everywhere, and a yellow suit. I actually didn't realize I used twice on the character. I used it for that set, and then I used it for a pinup set that we did not too long ago. Joints came out mad clean. Ow! I think I'm hungry. This is the last set. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna stream. Let's see, what are some good seated poses? What are some ones I have not used in a very long time? Whenever I'm scrolling through poses like this, I may as well just blur the whole dang screen. It'd be a lot easier than blurring it one by one. She's doing so much dang movement. Last time I did that, it took... that was a 2, almost 3 hour censoring job. Because I just didn't block the whole screen for when we're moving the character. It's not like you're missing much seeing her move all around the dang place like this. I was trying to do some more seated poses, but keep passing by some great ones. Keep passing by some heaters, man. Up a little bit. See the corner of the place. You don't want to see that. Boom. And blow. Now we need 2 more. Gotta find some actual seated poses. I said seated poses multiple times and I ain't did that yet. Mainly because I keep finding some heaters. Let's go ahead and lift her off the ground. It'll look like she's floating, but that's perfectly fine. Turn her to the side. Close. Right about there should be good. Spin it or actually her knees kind of in the way. Let's spin her this direction. Her knee is in the way. It shall spin. Flower. We put that now that we can't see the side of her head. That works perfectly. Turn this direction. You see, you can't even, it's so dang red, you honestly can't really, I mean, obviously she is floating, but you can't like 100% tell. Because the red is so dang perfect. This is why I wanted the background. I remembered, I'm like, wait, the light blocker should absolutely help with making this background look deep and vivid red. Kind of forgot about it because I ain't used it in a minute in order to make these colors really shine. It's been a little while since I've done it like this. Last time I did though was for the Halloween setups. especially for Mama V's setup, which came out perfection at that time. So now I'm like, let me do it here. It should work exactly the same, and which it did. This red is perfect. I mean, it's strong. It's a good, healthy, strong red. Alright, now let's see what's another good seated pose. Oh, we going in circles. There was some good ones in this. Let's see. You just blur the whole thing. So I don't have to another 3-hour editing job. Takes long enough. We don't need to add an extra 3 hours to it. Process is long enough. Let's try not to add an extra 3 hours like before. That crap was not great. Okay. Spin her a little bit more this direction. Down some. Full body view here. Take the flower. Right. And that is our last one. Or it looks like it's actually on her head. Sometimes I'll accidentally have it way too dang far and it won't actually be on the character's head. Be like 2 feet off and crap. Yeah, see, we still able to push back. Oh my goodness, we still pushing back. There you go, finally. See, that's why I make sure. Sometimes it ain't as close as you might think. When that lighting sucks. Lighting is not good. Up a bit. Either one. Still looks pretty clean. You can't even tell the difference between where the floor starts and the wall starts. That's how perfect the light blocker is. That should be the floor. If we're at the proper angle, that should be the floor, but you can barely tell because the light blocker is just doing its job very well. Oops. Wrong. And my good peoples, that is it. Okay. See what it actually looks like around. Alright, so boom. That is a full 30. All these came out absolute heat. These look great. These will be on DeviantArt. The rest of them will be on Instagram whenever I upload them. Usually pretty soon. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, that's good. If you didn't enjoy this video, that's good. Either way, you watched it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, share with your people, join the legendary clan sport channel, become legendary. Not all things photography, virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. With that being said, check out the gaming channel, check out the music channel. That's it. Oh, Instagram, Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. That being said, don't go over there expecting madness. I'm out.